Hi guys, we are back from Kenya. We're back and I have a lot to share with you in this video and in the following videos because there's a lot happening. Thank you to Hungryroot for sponsoring today's video. So we flew home and I did not film it. I didn't film flying home because sometimes you just need a break from the camera. I filmed that whole month in Kenya and I just needed a break. I planned to film it. We had a long layover in France, 7-hour layover, but our flight got in very late. Our flight out of Nairobi to Paris was delayed quite a bit, over an hour. By the time we got off the plane, we got our stroller back, which was a whole story. Apparently Air France doesn't usually gate check strollers, which we had no idea about when we booked those tickets. And we needed it in Paris. We did get it because of a gracious pilot, but we were told we would have it in Paris, and then they had checked it all the way to the States, to Chicago. The pilot had mercy on Solo and had somebody go find it for him. But by the time we got through all of that, we had lost hours, especially because of the delay. And so we didn't want to risk not getting on our flight with our huge group. So just Judah, Katie, and Luka went to the Eiffel Tower. Belle had been there before and just chose not to go, and they felt like anyone else would slow them down. So they went, they had a good time. They just basically walked around it. We had planned it all out so that we could get there fast and effectively, but they said after they got back that it would never have worked for all of us to go. So we just sat in the airport for a long time with about a lot of young kids, a couple bigger kids, and then we flew home. It's an 8 or 9 hour flight, then another 8 or 9 hour flight after that long layover. And then we get to Chicago. We spent the night at a hotel nearby. We had car problems just getting from the airport to the hotel, so that was a whole thing. Then we woke up very early in the morning, got in the car. We drove to Cedar Rapids because the team leader from the Japan team Judah was on had brought his suitcase because he was in Cedar Rapids, Iowa for a church thing. And so we actually met up with Rebecca, who was on the Japan team too, and her family. We had breakfast with them. We went to pick up Judah's suitcase, but you know, it's an 8-hour drive from Chicago back to Nebraska, and that broke it up. It was halfway in between. It actually worked out really well. So nice of them to do that for us, and it broke up the trip well, and we were home by early afternoon, mid-afternoon. No, late afternoon. It was such a long journey. Then of course it's been a few days, but it takes days for little kids to get over jet lag, let alone us. I usually love the jet lag going west. It's not bad, but with little kids, you never know. So sometimes they were up in the night. It just takes a while to turn everything around. So I just took a break from the camera while we just did that and got some rest. And now we're feeling really good. Every time I come home from another country, I always come home with some inspiration, some lesson I've learned, and I definitely have some new inspiration this time that I'm gonna share with you. We came home to our house progress on our brand new house being built, so that was fun. I'll show you that, and our farm. Judy and Bruce took care of it while we were gone, and they did such a good job. We really didn't worry about it at all. All the animals are still alive and well, besides a few little things that I'll tell you about too. The last time I was in Kenya and when I was in Japan in December, I came home with all this inspiration to minimize. That was not the case this time, guys. I think I probably minimized what I can at this point, or what I'm comfortable with. And so it's not about minimizing this time. This time, I think that 1 month break was really, really good for me. Of course, when you travel with children, it's never a vacation. I always just laugh when people are like, I hope you had a great vacation, because it didn't feel like a vacation. It never does, especially traveling to Kenya. We're there to see family. We do so much. And to me, in my mind, vacation is like rest, but it was a great trip. We're so glad we did it. We always come home feeling so poor because it's not easy or cheap to travel like that, but it's worth it. Worth every minute of it. I mean, those memories will last a lifetime, especially since I vlogged with them. The way the break helped me so much is it just got me out of my regular schedule. And I have not followed like a timed schedule for a long time in my life, but for some reason by the end of that trip, I was ready to come home and follow more of a stricter schedule in my life. I've really enjoyed this last 3 years. I think I've done without it because in the past I always did. I'm more of a routine person, so I don't follow the time exactly, but I do set it up with times, and then if they roll over or something happens, it's no big deal. I don't get stressed about it. But this last 3 years, I've just kind of tried to do things a little differently and not really follow the schedule. And that's been good too. That was nice. But I'm ready for more of a schedule. I've been home about a week and I've been following my new schedule and I love it. I'm getting so much done. It's helping me be very productive. Yeah, I've got it all posted up here on my fridge. It's on my phone so I can see it anywhere I am. That's the biggest thing I realized in this trip is that I just needed a break from everything and a reset, and it really has helped me to get a lot done, even if I don't follow it exactly. So it's more like a checklist that's kind of timed. It's helping me fit in my workout, praying and reading my Bible. It's helping me fit in sourdough right away in the morning and my laundry right away, even before the kids get out of bed. Taking care of making some kombucha. I drink kombucha the whole time I was in Kenya almost, and for the first time I did not get sick. I got no stomach anything. Some of the people around me got it. I did not, and I really think it's that kombucha. So I'm excited to get back to making my own. I'm just keeping all the things going. By 9 o'clock we're doing school. By 11:30 we're doing lunch. Most of them have finished their school by 11:30 every morning. But if they haven't, then they go back to in the afternoon, and I'm taking some time to work and edit in the afternoon. It's just all going very well so far. I do think that sometimes it's important for us to take a break, even if it's not like a restful break laying on a beach by yourself with a book. Just a break from the routine, because it gives you more energy for what you really love in your regular everyday life. That's a lot of talking for me. I did get a Hungryroot box. I love Hungryroot. I've done it a couple times now and they have so many healthy options. So Hungryroot is a food box that comes to your door. You can get meals, you can get snacks. What I love about them is when they send meals, they're very easy, simple, and whole food ingredients. This time I got some snacks. I do love that they have so many healthy options, and I'm gonna just show you some of them because they're really good. We also got a few meals. The way Hungryroot works is they have a quick, easy survey that you fill out on their website, kind of personalizes your preferences. They can figure out what you want, and then they put a box together for you. You can edit that. I love to see what they put together for me. As you can see over here, we got a bunch of different snacks to try out. See what we like. There's some grain-free chips and grapes, creamy almond butter, which we've had before, granola, cookies. There's a couple cheesecakes here. Luka and I may have eaten one of them already. A lot of them have really great ingredients. We tried these last time and loved them. And these pizza flavored meat sticks are a big hit too. We got a couple pancake waffle mixes, which Noelle has been working on this morning. She's been making those. And then they sent a couple dinners along, as well as some easy recipes to follow. As you can see, a lot of things are pre-cut up, and every dinner I've made from Hungryroot boxes are so simple. My kids can easily make them as well, which is a win for me. For the first 100 people to use the code ourtribe40 will get 40% off their first box of groceries with Hungryroot. So you can use the link in the description box below in this video, or you can just scan the QR code and use that code ourtribe40 for 40% off. For us and our large family, it saves so much money compared to going out to a restaurant or even getting restaurant food delivered to our door. I'll show you guys the house. Actually, maybe not today, probably in the next video. Our builders thought maybe it would be drywalled by the time we got home, and that did not happen. There was a lot of inspections that took longer to come than they thought. So there was a lot done. There is some big change down there, but it's not that big thing that we were hoping for. Which is totally fine, because it would have been really frustrating to be here for a month and waiting on those things. And so I'm actually really happy that we were gone for the month. Might as well have not been sitting here waiting. So it worked out well in that regard. I will give you a tour of that in the next video because the drywall's going up now. And there's big change on the front of the house. It's incredible. It was so fun when Judah and Belle got home and walked through it. Like Eli took Judah through it. I didn't even see his reaction, but I got to go with Belle. And then both of them were like, it's huge. So we did have some loss while we were gone. Bruce and Judy kept the birds behind an electric fence because we've lost so many to coyotes. So we lost nothing to any coyotes. We knew that with our noise gone for sure, even during the day they wouldn't be safe. And so we didn't want to risk that. But before we left, one of our hens had hatched a chick, and that chick disappeared while we were gone. Judy said just one day she didn't see it anymore. And so I do know that chickens can eat chicks sometimes. I was hoping that hen would protect it enough, but that didn't happen. And then we had a hen sitting on duck eggs, and one day she came out here and there were 4 little dead ducklings. So, I mean, loss is part of the homestead life for sure. That's too bad, but it's funny that one of the hens hatched out ducklings, but then probably recognized that she didn't recognize them and she left them. So we've got some broody hens right now. I'm not sure what's happening here. I think Eli's just been collecting all eggs since we got home. We are already incubating more eggs, so we want more chickens. But we had 9 that we hatched out before we left, and they are big already. And we also bought 12 ducklings before we left, and they are huge. That's one of the baby chickens, all those chickens. Judy put the ducklings, she built a little fence area. Oh my gosh, they're so amazing. But she built a little extra fence area for, not really for those chicks, these are all the little chicks, but for those ducks. Because those are our baby ducks, all those brown and black ones. We have 4 big ducks left from after the coyote attacks. And one of them's a drake, and he was constantly pestering them and just torturing them. So she put this little extra fence here around here so they could come out but not be tortured. And I think it worked. I think it socialized them enough because now they're obviously staying out there and not being tortured. So that's good. I think we can take this down, but we will keep it for the next time we have babies because it worked really well to socialize them. As you can see, they just flew over, and some of the little chickens have flown over too. So it's time. The cows are good. Big bull left, our bull that we were borrowing. It's kind of sad. I was so nervous about having a bull, but we ended up loving him so much. And pretty sure our cows, oh look at, they added handles to these doors too, which is awesome. Oh, that guinea just laid an egg. We have to get guineas right now. Our cows do seem pregnant, which is great news. I mean, what do we know? They don't jump on each other. They haven't for months now. That's the only reason we think they're pregnant. Solo thinks he can tell they're fat. They need to be pregnant. That's good. That's how we'll get milk. It's important. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. They should be due, I think, November or December. The cows seem to be doing really good. Besides, they seem to go through a little depression time when Big Bull left. Cows are very social. They need other cows. I'm glad we have 2 of them. We knew that about cows, but I think that 3rd even helped even more. So when they have their own babies, you know, we'll have, not a flock, what do I want to say? Because I don't know the word. We'll have a family of cows for a while, and that would be good. Our only issue with them right now is flies. We have a fly spray we're spraying. It's hard to get it on their legs, so it's still a challenge. Gable missed us. We spend a lot of time with Gable. Every time I sit in the yard now, he's trying to hug me. And the cats too. A couple of the cats won't leave me alone, so they miss me at least. A lot of you have asked us to interview the kids because I think we did that last time, and just see their reactions to Kenya, what they thought. And I'm definitely gonna do that again without showing them the old video and their old thoughts about it. But I did have some thoughts myself. Our air conditioner is running, thank you Jesus. Our air went out when we got home. Just got fixed last night. A friend came and helped us fix it last night, and I'm so thankful. We were so hot for several days. Woo! For me, Kenya was a lot different this time. My experience, I love Kenya. I married a Kenyan. I wanted to live there for sure. He did too. It's not like he's kept me in the States. It's the Lord that's called us to do what we're doing. We know it's right. You know, when you just know that you're doing the right thing and you're where you're supposed to be. We know that, but that doesn't change the fact that I wanted to live over there. I love it so much there. It's an adventure all the time. I love driving there. I love everything about it. I love the weather. I love the people, the language, everything. Sometimes Solo talks about moving there, like just joking really. Like, oh, we need a house there. Let's just move there. And I don't like it. Hi, Gable. See, every time I sit down. Oh, you missed us. It's just hard for me because I love Kenya so much, and I really have wished for a long time that we could be there instead. It's very difficult to adopt from the States. You can adopt if you're a Kenyan citizen, which we are, but it's like a year process and one of you has to be there the whole time. And so we haven't been able to do that. There's just so many things that have made me wish we were there a lot. And so I don't like it when he jokes about that. And I noticed this time that I felt a lot different in Kenya. I just loved it so much more. I just enjoyed it like I used to when I was young and went there. And I realized that the last few trips I haven't really let myself really love it the way I love it. And I did this time. I just enjoyed every minute. I thought, what's the difference? Why am I just not holding myself back this time? And I think it's because I love where I live. I love the property. I love what we're doing here. Of course, I love our church. Every time we travel, we come back and we're like, oh, we have the best church. Not because we're the pastors, we just have the best people. We have the best church. But because I'm very happy where I am, I think it was easier to love Kenya. And I could see ourselves one day. I mean, right now we're well extended in our finances, but one day maybe we could have a little place in Kenya where we can go 1 or 2 months a year, you know, and go more often, and it'd be easier, and maybe have a small vehicle there or something. But I could see that this time, where normally I don't even want to think about it because it was all or nothing for me. And so for me, it was just much different. I really enjoyed it. Last time we came home, I couldn't even just see myself going back for a long time. I came home sick, I was pregnant, and I got really sick, really ill. And I was just so exhausted. This time I came home and I thought, I hope we're going back really soon. So we'll see how that all plays out, but it was very different for me. And I'm thankful. I think it means that I'm just happier and more content where I am. And so I can enjoy both places and hope we can go back soon without just feeling bad that we're not there, you know? I think I've diagnosed myself. Gable. I think Gable needs a sibling. He needs a brother. I'm trying to decide between a brother or a girlfriend. Do we want puppies? These dogs are not cheap. We need another dog because of coyotes. You really need a couple Great Pyrenees or livestock guardian dogs when you have coyotes. Even Judy told me they called him out to the field, at least once that she saw, and he was holding the coyote off, but they like to call him out and then they'll surround him. That's what we've heard. So that's why it's better to have more than one. And so he kept pushing the coyote, and then the coyote would push him back, and then he pushed the coyote, and she finally got in the gator and pushed the coyote out into the, I wish she would have had a gun, but she pushed him out into the woods. We need another Gable. So we love Gable and his personality so much. We'll either go back to the same breeder and get a brother, like a relative from the same parents, because he's so sweet. The lady we used is in St. Louis. Or we'll find an unrelated female and just have puppies, because every few years we need to have another livestock guardian dog, but then of course we'll have way more than we need. So we'll see. Maybe we could just have one batch of puppies and have a whole lot of livestock guardian dogs. I don't know. The livestock guardian dogs are not cheap. They're so worth it though. I want those birds free ranging. We need those birds free ranging because of ticks. We're in the tick plague. And then here's Brick on me. Brick doesn't leave me alone since I got home. You missed me too. So Eli has set up for baby guineas so that if we get to the store and they have some, we can just bring them home right away. And he's also got some eggs. He loves this stuff. He's been finishing his school early so he can do some homestead projects. Did Noelle make good pancakes?
Yeah.
I'm out here to give the girls a little corn, the cows. But one thing I think is so funny is they have blazed a trail from their shed to their water. And I never saw them do that before. They made a path. Are you pregnant? That's what I gotta know. Well, I just came inside and Solo noticed that there's a bunch of turkeys out in the field. Backyard safari. Every day around here. I'm glad Gable doesn't see them. Guys, thanks so much for following along on our trip to Kenya. We really enjoy showing it to you. It's a place very close to our hearts. We're gonna continue to recover a little more, get fully back to normal here, and we'll be back in the next video to show you the house tour. Maybe we'll talk to the kids soon, get their perspective. We'll talk to you in the next video, guys. Bye. Here they are, a dozen little guineas.
You stay out of it.